Okay, everybody, it's time for the December 2016 Tag It Tuesday theme announcement. No surprise this month for December. I'm choosing to do a holiday theme, but you can either do that or have free choice. I've told you what I wanted you to do every month all year long, and you've been very cooperative. But this month, I'm just going to turn you loose. If you want to do a holiday theme, that's great. If not, that's fine too. Um, I found this pretty napkin in my stash. It has really nice gold on it, and I think I'm going to use some of that, maybe stamp, use my standard number 5 tags that I use just about every single month, and go from there. I really don't have a plan, so sometimes that works for me, and sometimes that doesn't. So we'll see what happens. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you all create. Again, if you haven't joined us, we have a Facebook group for making the altar tags every month, and I will put the link below. And I hope you come over and join us and have some fun. All right, here we go. Alrighty, so I started out by separating this napkin and realized that instead of the usual white backing that a napkin has, this one has red. So I'm going to use it, I think, on the second tag, and then use this top layer with the gold on it on the first tag. And I'm using the liquid version of the matte medium from Liquitex to apply the napkins. I like using it with napkins, tissue paper, thinner stuff like that, because it's a little bit more forgiving. Now with this one, I put it down and I try to get it as smooth as I could, but you'll see when I attach the backing on the other one, just the solid red, I scrunched it up when I put it on there so that it would give it some additional texture as well as the red color of the napkin. I had some trouble getting the corners to stick down on this. I don't know if there was something on my tags or if I just wasn't getting enough medium on there. I'm not sure, but I had a lot of trouble with the corners for some reasons. And I did put a coat of the liquid medium over the top of the napkins as well to seal them, give them a little bit more strength, because I really didn't know what all else I was going to put on top of here, but I wanted to seal those napkins up so they would stay put and there wouldn't be any color bleed from that red. Okay, so here I am taking Deco Art from their media line, their modeling paste, through one of their stencils that is called Pixelated, and I'm going to add just a little bit of texture here. I love this stencil. It's very versatile, and their stencils are really nice, heavyweight too, and they stand up to lots of muck. So I'm just doing a light coat through here. And of course I flip the whole thing over. Fortunately I didn't ruin everything that I'd put on there. And then this is another one of their stencils. I believe this one is called Motivation. And I decided to use that word celebrate. I was going to take the joy part of the word enjoy and put it down on the bottom, but it was really too big for this small size of tag. So I just decided to run this word celebrate up the side of the tag. I didn't do a real good job with my modeling paste. The first couple of letters are not thick enough, and the last couple of letters are too thick. So, you know, it's feast or famine. Alrighty, so I'm taking a little holly stamp that's from a set from Paper Tray Ink called Tremendous Treats Christmas, stamping that with archival ink on some Nina White Solar cardstock, and then I'm coloring it with my Faber-Castell watercolor pencils that I'm then going to activate with a water brush. Just very, very simple, not much shading or anything special, just adding a little bit of color to this image. And here, there you see me trying to figure out which one of these pencils was actually a nice red instead of pink for the little berries. Sometimes you can't really tell unless you lay it down on paper and activate it with water and see what color that you actually get. So that's a little tip there. And again, just activating it lightly with a water brush to smooth those colors out. And then I'm just going to cut this little image out. And what you see me doing here is I need a new blade in my cutter. And so it left kind of those weird fuzzy edges. So if you have one of these cool sanding blocks, you can just take it and smooth those edges down, and it'll look like you had a sharp blade when you cut everything. So that's what I was doing there, was smoothing those edges out. And then I'm going to take some archival ink in vermilion, I believe is the name of the color. It's red, guys. You know, they have to give it a fancy name. And I'm just going to ink around the edges. And then when I get done with that, I'm going to come in and add a nice generous coat of the Deco Arts Media Line crackle glaze on the top of it, and then sit that aside and let it dry. And just a note, when you're using any kind of crackle medium, be it crackle paste, crackle paint, this crackle glaze, patience is a virtue, folks. If you let it air dry, you are going to get better crackling than you would if you speed it up with a heat gun or something. And especially, not so much with this glaze, but with crackle paste and stuff, you'll get bigger cracks if you let it air dry. Okay, here I'm taking some of the Deco Arts Metallic Luster, and I'm just lightly rubbing it over the top of those modeling paste dots I put on here, and then I'm also going to go around the edge. I'm just trying to pump up some of that shine of the gold that was in that napkin to start with, and take away just the stark white of the modeling paste. And it's just an excuse to turn my finger gold. What can I say? And here is where I'm putting that coat of the crackle glaze on my little image that I had stamped. And I have learned with this crackle glaze, which I really like, by the way, but I have learned that the thicker of a coat you can put on it, the better crackling that you get. Okay, now on this second tag, and I'll just admit right up front, I don't like this second tag. I still don't like it even now that it's done. I may tear it apart and do something else to it. I didn't know what to do to it. I had put the Celebrate on there, let it dry. Now I'm trying to bring in some of the gold, and I'm thinking, okay, that's not enough gold, so I'm going to go over the modeling paste with my metallic paint and paint those letters. Again, I don't like what I ended up with. I didn't like it the whole time I was working on this, but you know, sometimes it just happens that way. And sometimes if you walk away from it and come back to it a day or two later, you'll think, it's not so bad. I'm not at that point with this tag. I still don't like it. I still may do something else to it. I may chuck it. I don't know. But you just never know what you're going to get. You can see as I'm painting over these, I kind of stop and look at them, and you can guess what I was thinking. I'm thinking, ugly, ugly, ugly. But no, just keep going. You never know what you might come out with. Alright, so still trying to make this look like something I like, so I'm going to take some more archival ink and leaf green, go around the edges. It didn't show up a whole lot, but it just gives it a little bit of a frame around here. Of course, like I've been doing lately, I'm going to mat these onto some cardstock so they'll have a frame anyway. But I thought the inking might help. Okay. Something to add to the bottom of the corner of this thing. I didn't know what to do. I still think it needs something shiny instead of what I put on there. I had these cute wooden painted buttons that I got, I don't know, a year or so ago from my friend Julie. And some of them are snowmen and some of them are Santa Clauses. So I took one of the Santa ones and I thought, well, hey, maybe I can take this metallic luster and put around the edge of it and that'll make it look better. Well, it's not enough to show up and really say, hey, there's bling here on the corner of this tag. But I did it anyway. And I attached it with some matte gel medium. Now we're back to the first tag, and I'm going to attach my little holly image with some foam adhesive, sticky back foam adhesive, so that it's popped up a little bit on the tag itself. And I still think that's not enough. Shimmer, shine, whatever. You know how I am about bling and glitz and stuff. So I'm going to grab my glass bead gel. Yay! And I'm going to put it around my little image. And while it's still wet, then I'm going to embed in it some red glass seed beads that you see laying there in that little Ziploc bag. And then as the glass bead gel dries, the seed beads will dry in it, and voila, everything's stuck together. So you'll see that this medium does dry clear. You'll see that in the finished photos at the end. I love this stuff, this glass bead gel. It's just, I don't know why I do, but I just do, because it's shiny and it's pretty. And it adds a neat effect, and I like to use it when there's like flowers in my images and stuff, because then it looks like dewdrops on things. Love that. Love it. So basically this is it with my 2 tags here for December. I will add a link below to our Facebook group where we have the Tag It Tuesday challenge every month. It's something a little bit different every month, and I'm working on the prompts for 2017, so I hope you'll come and join us. And post your tags along and play along. Lots of fun projects and neat interpretations of the theme every month. So I hope you'll come and join us. And in the meantime, you have a fabulous day. And thank you so much for coming by.